Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to do a review of the recent Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. We pulled out the dub, got some things to discuss today. And welcome, BH.
Hey, man. Yeah, good to be here after a victory. It was a weird game. I'm glad we got the win.
Yeah.
Man, we never guessed the signing of Seibert, that the poor guy would have to go 7 for 7. Was it 7 for 7, right?
7 for 7. Yeah.
Yep.
Plus he nailed all his kickoffs too.
That's right. Yeah. And the whole time, Tress Way just sitting on his ass.
Yeah. Tress didn't punt.
Doing nothing.
Well,
he didn't punt.
Yeah.
Well, I read, and I think he had one punt or something in the first game.
Yeah.
Or something. I mean, He's hardly worked. I did see a stat that said we're like fourth in the league, our offense, in drives that have a first down. Because they take those 3 and outs out. So that's pretty good. 76% of our drives, we get at least one first down, which that's kind of a cool.
Go ahead.
I was saying that's a cool stat considering the last couple of years when, oh my God, 3 and out.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that's all we ever did.
Yeah. It says a lot about Tyler Ott, the long snapper, and Tress Way. Their mechanics are working. It seems to me that it was Cade York that was the problem.
Yes.
Because if you take out the one piece and put a new piece in and it all works fine, it was that piece. So,
yep.
Seibert did great. Yeah. Offense did really, really good. I mean, we had a bunch of drives in a row that we went down. Now we didn't score touchdowns, but they capped it with points.
Yeah, that was really good seeing those drives.
Yeah,
and it's really too bad. Yeah, I think Jaden might have had a few brain farts, but oh my God, the false starts that really contributed to those red zone crash and burn, because you know how it is. You talk about it all the time. You're in the red zone, you're there, you're set, and some knucklehead jumps up. It's just so negative. It just sets a kind of that negative tone, because you want to go into the red zone fired up knowing you got 3 shots to get it. And so they gotta, Jaden has to sort of, kind of, red zone is it's a whole other animal. You have to literally, like you were saying, you got to practice it on its own. You got to get out there and work on it. So Jaden has to clean that up. But, also, man, these linemen, man, 3 of them just jumped out of their stance.
Yeah.
Can't have it.
No.
So what did you think of Jaden overall?
I did. I improved my my stance towards him. I saw growth. I saw growth in the things that I was asking for. He ran less. Early on, he was throwing more often. He was just throwing the ball. Just throw the fucking ball. Take the chance. Still, I think he's not protecting himself when he's running. I think he got dinged that one time. Driscoll had to come in for one play, right? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. Because Coach said he got. I was wondering what it was. Coach said he got the wind knocked out of him.
Right.
So he kind of got a shot in the ribs. So yeah, I agree. And 10 rushes as opposed to 16.
Right.
That's cool.
Vast improvement.
Yeah, 16's over the top. 10 is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was good. I think it seemed like a lot of dink and dunk in the first half, but it seemed like in the second half, he started getting it downfield a lot better. And that great pass, I think, was to Noah Brown. When we had to drive down. That was, they're not deep, but they're more the mid range. So it's almost like they're inching them out, which I think is a good thing. Because I watched the Caleb Williams game, and Caleb, he's got a great arm, and they let him go downfield. He had 3 interceptions deep.
Ouch.
When they let him go down, and I'm not talking bombs, just nice post routes, deep throws, and he got picked. So you kind of have to pick your poison. And it sounds like they're letting our guy kind of, work it out, build it up. I will say one thing I like about him. We'll have to watch this again next week. That when I watched the replays, was that he really does a good job on those screens. He throws right in front of the guys.
Yeah.
They never have to stop and turn around much. So he's got some real good accuracy. That's really important. You know, the guy's running out of the backfield and you throw it so he can just reach out and get it. He doesn't have to turn or anything. So, so I'm with you, man. He showed in 2 games. That's pretty good for only 2 games. So that was good. He's got to keep doing it. Just got to keep working on all those, protecting himself and stuff. No helmets came off that I saw.
Yeah, no, I was happy about that.
Yep.
I thought the mix of the run game combined with those screens, that was a balanced run passing game. It was split down the middle almost even. I think it was 210 passing yards and 215 running yards. Man, you can't ask for more than that. And B-Rob gets kudos for that. So
yeah. I think we talked about, like I said, like my 4 Gold Star guys from last week were Jaden, B-Rob, Eckler, and Zach Ertz. Yep. Those 4. And once again, this week, boom, boom, boom. Yep. And then now you got to add Seibert. Seibert gets a Gold Star. He got the game ball, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Think you see that. And Seibert. And then I'm kind of thinking a guy that sort of stood up was Noah Brown.
Yeah.
I think he got 3 catches, but he might now be asserting himself as our right flanker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
he's on my list too. I added him to that list of B-Rob, Ertz, Eckler, and then I threw Noah Brown on there.
Good. Yeah, because if that guy could start to be a weapon on the right side, opens up a lot of things. And he's a big guy. I think he's 6'3", 215. He's pretty quick, good looking hands. He just looked good. He looked like the real deal on some of those plays. But he did that thing where they say he passed the eye test. He just looked pretty darn good. I'm surprised we got him for nothing, but I'll take it.
Yeah. He just wants to play. And that's what you get with a player like that. Fuck it. Just pay me whatever. I just want to get out and play. That's the kind of player you want. You don't want these divas out there that want $10 million or per game. You know what I'm saying? You want a guy that wants to play. So very happy with that. Our time of possession was real good too.
Yeah, didn't we dominate that pretty much?
Yeah, we did. It was very imbalanced. It was something like 37 and something to 22 and something. I don't know if that works out, but it was something like that. And which gives our defense a rest.
Totally. Yeah. And for a guy, everyone kept saying Kingsbury comes from the air raid. We're going to throw the ball 85 times. And a lot of people pointed out that even in this first year in Arizona, when he was the coach, there was a lot of throwing. But really the next 2 or 3 years there before they canned him, they said he ran the ball a ton. He wasn't afraid to run that RPO. He's not afraid to run. And I like that he uses a power blocking scheme. Mostly there's a lot of power blocking, hitting the gap kind of stuff. And that's right up our alley because you want to control time of possession and then let your defense take over. Now, what'd you think of our defense?
Ouch.
In that game?
Few of the, tackling needs to improve. Our defensive backs, that's a ouch. I don't know what we're going to do about that. I mean, St. Juice did pretty good. He got that forced fumble. He punched the ball out. So they did get a turnover. I'll give them that.
Yep.
They did hold the Giants to 18 points. But, I mean, the Giants, their kicker was out. So they had to go for 2 a lot. So that helped us there. But they stiffened up a couple times, and Daniel Jones was running on us. Daniel Jones, in that first half and a little bit in the second half, looked like a superstar. It was crazy.
I know.
He catches fire when he plays against us, but we shut him down. So, and not a few explosive plays. Their boy, Jim Neighbors, he was tearing us up for a second there.
Malik?
Malik Neighbors, and thank God their kicker was out. Thank God I think Slayton dropped one, and then late in the game Malik dropped one. So we caught breaks there as well as doing pretty good. But I don't know. You're going to be still going up against some top-notch receivers. That's I don't know how you fix that. I don't know what you do. I just don't.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't know either because I'm, like you said, I looked at the Pro Football Focus and they talked about St. Jude's. He had a good score. He had 3 passes defended, did pretty good tackling. But everyone else, dude, Michael Davis. Now we know why they started Forbes.
Yeah,
he was a disaster, and he didn't have bad tackling. He whiffed so badly. 3 times that like he first time he'd ever been on a football field. So that's, like you said, this is scary. Let's see what happens. Even Quan Martin, his score hasn't been that great. I don't see him doing good. On the plus side, I mean, we have St. Jude's and Bobby Wagner is starting to kick it up a little bit. So that's good. But man, they did enough for us to win, but going forward, that's going to be tough.
Yeah. Louvu do good.
Yep.
The D-line did pretty good. Although Daniels got through, but we're going to be going up against some slick quarterbacks against like Jalen Hurts and people like that coming up. So, but overall, I'm happy with the progress. If it's 10 or 15% progress all the way around, I'm happy with that. So if they can just keep that forward momentum and not fall back and maybe gain a little more, fix a couple things, that are going on, like red zone and defensive backs, you can make that score. Should have been 21 instead of 21. It should have been, if they scored like 2 touchdowns in there, it would have been like 29 or 30. And that's a lot of cushion room there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, exciting
and,
stuff.
Yeah, like you said, it was a win. Guys got to play a little bit better. So week in, week out. Some guys aren't playing good because they're not used to the scheme yet. They're bonding. We got guys like Mike Sainstrill, Jer'Zhan Newton. They're rookies. Of course, their PFF scores are way down, but they're going to get better. So, like you always say, trending up is good. And one other thing before we go, we had a tough game against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay went into Detroit and beat them.
Yeah.
So we lost to a good football team. That wasn't a fluke. Those guys are the real deal. So that's kind of good. That's kind of good. That's a good football team there, man. So anyway, well, glad to have the win.
Yeah. Hey, guess who's number 1 in the NFC East?
Who?
The Washington Commanders, if you can believe it. If Atlanta handed the Eagles their ass, and then New Orleans stomped the shit out of fucking Dallas, dude. I couldn't believe Atlanta came back with just a few seconds. I couldn't either. Oh my God, that was crazy.
No. I'm glad I kept it on, but I'm just sitting there watching, going, oh well. And then all of a sudden, man, it was like boom, 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 boom. Right? It just seemed like 4 plays and they were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that usually happens to us. But anyway, that was cool. Hey, we're in first place, man. I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. Great show.
All right, man. All right.
Yeah.
And we'll do the preview show later on in the week.
Right on.
All right, man.